Hello everyone, Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. I've had another busy day today. I had a parcel to take to the post office, and I had to print the label from eBay. It's one of the prepaid labels. You pay eBay and they send you the labels and you print them out. Only when I tried to print it, the barcode that they use, you know, all the lines, it had lines going across. Now, oh, my printer's up the creek again. I thought I'd have to check the nozzle on it, and it shows all the different colours on the computer. There's the black, the blue, the magenta, and the yellow one. And if there are any little spots missing on it, you have to do a process through the printer to clear it. Otherwise you get these lines across, and I thought, well, these lines across the barcode were no good. They wouldn't be able to read it at the post office. So I must have, it went through a process on the printer about half a dozen times, and it just would not clear these, because instead of having these little spots in the colours, it was all just the black. That's always I have trouble with the black. And there were spots all over it where there was bits of black missing, and that's what was causing these lines going across. And I was putting it through a process that takes about 3 minutes to clean it. It cleans the nozzle and the head on the printer, and just wasn't working. It didn't matter what I did. There was still loads. In fact, it got worse each time I tried to do it. And there is a power cleaning thing on it, but it takes an awful lot of ink, and it can make my ink pads useless, where it stops working. The printer stops working if the ink pads need replacing. I have the ink pads ready for the replace, because I have had to replace them before, because the printer, it only lets you do so many times, and the ink pads get full of ink. You know, this ink, the surplus ink, and that goes into these ink pads. And then, just in case it happened and I would have to send away for these things, I had already sent away for them for when it does happen, because I don't know how long it's going to last. And I thought, well, I'm not doing that. So I thought myself, I'll just fill the inks up again, because they said it, to do with this power cleaning, you have to have at least 1/3 of ink in each part of the tanks, in each little tank. Now, I thought, I'm sure there's more than that in, but I'm just going to fill them up anyway. But it uses a lot of that ink to do this power cleaning. So I filled them up, and the black did need filling. I could hear that glug, 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 and it was going down. So it must have been quite a lot used out of the black. And I filled all the other ones up. And I thought, if that's going to use up the ink doing that, well, that's so be it. So that's what I did. And I thought, I'll just give it an ordinary cleaning again after I filled up the tank. So that's what I did. And this time it come up with a lot. There was still little spots where the black was missing, just on the black, but there was more lines of the colour on it. So I thought, oh, I'll try it again. I tried it again. It come up perfect that time. Must have just needed some ink in, but there was ink in. I don't know why it was doing it. So I must have spent over an hour trying to sort that out, until I eventually got it sorted out, so I could print out the label to go to the post office and to take the parcel to the post office. One of my little cardigans I had sold, and I was having to go to the post office with it. And I wanted an odd 1 or 2 things when I was at the post office. I just wanted some bread and milk. I wasn't going shopping to do a shopping haul, because I'd end up buying a lot of things I didn't need. Not that I didn't need. I would think to myself, if I was going to the other shops where I do my shopping hauls from, I would buy a lot of stuff that, you know, that I would need in a few days, where I'm only buying what I actually need. So I thought I'd pay a little bit extra at the post office, so I'm getting it at the post office. And that's what I did. And then came back, had my lunch, and I had one or two other things to do. And I thought, oh, I'm going to see what it's like in my garden, because it's supposed to be, it's a lot colder today, but it didn't feel that bad when I went out to the post office. So I thought, I'm going to see what it's like in my garden, because it's always a lot warmer in my garden. And I still have that one patch that I have to dig over, because I have those 3 spots plus a tiny little spot that I use for to rotate all the things that I'm growing in there. And I thought I'll turn that little bit of that over, see what it's like, because it hasn't been it wasn't touched last year. But you know, it turned over great, no trouble at all. And so I thought I'd do enough room for to plant some of my onions. And I've made a little video just to show you what I was doing. So I'll stop this video and start that little bit, add that little bit into the video and let you see what I was doing and what the rest's starting to look like. That's my first row of these onions, the ones that Liz sent me. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There's 15 onions in that row, and I've placed them probably about as big as the onions that I normally buy. And I put a layer of compost on the bottom, just need to cover the soil over. That's what I put in, that's compost out of my compost bin. And the rest, this part is all dug over. That's where my carrots, peas, carrots and leeks are. And that's where my potatoes are. When I cut the grass yesterday, I put the grass over. That is a good mulch for the potatoes. I usually put it on after the potatoes are shown through, but seeing as I had cut the grass and the potatoes are already planted, it'll help to feed it. There's plenty of compost in there as well, but the grass will help to feed it. And there's no sign of my beetroot yet, but the other onions are, you can just see them, little bits of green there. And my rhubarb, I'm going to have to clear some of these weeds from around here as well. Rhubarb's flourishing. Going to have to pull some sticks off. It looks like it's rhubarb crumble tonight. So that was a few extra onions I managed to get in. I've still got more to do because I'm going to dig the rest of that, but I only dig enough for to plant something, which is what I did. I dig enough to plant something, and enough space so that when I start digging the rest over, it doesn't interfere with what's already been planted. Because I can only do so much, but I did spend a couple of hours in the garden. It was about 2 o'clock when I went into the garden. It was 4 o'clock by the time I had finished. That wasn't just the digging it over and putting the onions in. I decided I already have 1 bucket full of my compost that I had been sieving to make potting compost for to do my seeds and for to put in the pots and that when I do. And I thought I'll do some more of that. So I got another bucket full. I sieved another bucket full. But you know, my back, I could hardly straighten up because I was having to bend down all the time, and I was doing the sieve and using the shovel, it's a little trowel, not a shovel, a little trowel in the thing to shake all the stuff and that, and I could hardly straighten my back up after the time I had finished. But I have 2 full bucketfuls now. I'll have to put my seeds in because I haven't put the seeds in for my cabbage and sprouts and things like that yet. That's what I still have to do. But at the moment, I'm doing a little bit more of my tutorial. That's the little cardigan. I'm doing the neck. I've done on my phone, it's on the the contraption over on my table over there. I'll find out what they call that thing one day. And I've shown how to pick up the stitches and that for the neck, and then I just left it to stay. I have to do 4 rows of knit one, purl one, then cast off. So I thought I'll just be knitting this while I'm doing the video, and then I can finish this off afterwards, and then just put the show how to put the bands on the front, and then maybe how to sew it up before it gets too dark that I have to put the light on in this room, and then I can't do any more on my phone because the light casts a shadow over what I do. So I'm hoping I'll get it finished, and then I can put this up on my Just Knitting channel. But that's that one. But this is how much I've got done of the little one. I'm doing this one for Patricia. It's not in a circle, it's not joined. It looked like it was in a circle, but I've just left it in the middle of a row. So that's how much I've got done with the Rosebud Lace little cardigan with the this is the King Cole Panama Beaches that I'm using for that one. And I took this one to the bingo last night, and I only got a couple of rows, a couple of the blackberry bubbly part there. That's all I got done of that. Didn't have a lot. Seemed to be a lot of people wanting to be talking and then wanting to know how to do this stitch and that. I don't know what it is about this stitch that, you know, I've known about it for years, but people looking and saying, oh, that's lovely, I've never seen that stitch before. I don't know, I've seen it for years, it's been going for years. But me and my friend never won anything at the bingo last night. But Molly did. She won a line, but someone else called at the same time as her. We only get £5 for a line, so Molly got £2.50, so better than nothing. So that was my night at the bingo last night. And so I'm going to finish what I'm doing. Hopefully get this tutorial finished for this little cardigan. And I have just put a tutorial up on my crochet channel showing how to change the little circles that I've been doing, the little flower circles, into a granny square. I think I've done that before on that channel somewhere, but like I think I said in the video, it doesn't, you know, you can do another one. It doesn't make any difference. Sometimes it helps to do another one. So that's what I've done on my crochet channel if you want to see how that's turned out. And that scam thing I had on my, it is definitely a scam that someone is trying to scam me, to trying to get some money out of me, probably for using music on some of my videos, because if there was any copyrighted anything, YouTube would come up straight away. The algorithm picks it up if there's any thing. So I know it is some scam. I've had another email from not the same person, but from someone else telling me, you know, they're going to look into it, and because I've ignored them. And that's just what I'm going to do. I'm just going to block them to stop them from sending any more emails to me. But I think there's a lot of that going on at the moment on YouTube, where these scams they're trying to get, are trying to get control of our channels. I think where they think they'll get the monetization of the channels. I think it's got something to do with that as well. But anyway, that's my bit for today. I'm just going to sit and do this knitting till I try and finish this cardigan. So thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you all another time. So bye for now.